Well, good afternoon, evening, or morning, or whatever day it is, time of day it is for you. It has been an eternity since I've done a bench update, and as you can see, my bench is slightly a mess. But there has been some actual work, and I figured I would go ahead and share some of that, and just sort of do an update of what I've got on my bench at the moment and what's coming in the future. So, first off, you can see down here, I've been working on some miniatures. These are a couple of Raging Heroes. Let's see if I can get this to focus in. There we go. They're Raging Heroes miniatures. This one I got specifically to put in on my stand by my Black Widow for Natasha Kerensky. She had short hair, and I wasn't particularly keen on that, so I went ahead and did some green stuff sculpting work to give her long hair, as I always picture Natasha as having long red hair. So this will be for those of you who are Battletech folk. This is Natasha Kerensky, Wolf Dragoons, etc., etc. I really like the Raging Hero sculpts. They do some fantastic stuff. This is another one in that same line. I picked this one up at the same time I picked up that one, and because I wasn't sure which one of these I was going to like better, and I like the other one better for Natasha. This is one I'm working on for a game, a noble sword fighter. It's actually a vampire miniature, and I'm not happy about the receding hairline and the vampire-esque look that it had. So again, I played around with some green stuff, and that's really the only reason I'm doing this, is to play around with green stuff and do some painting and shading techniques. Now these are both very raw. I just have the base coats down. There's a whole lot more of shading and stuff that needs to be done to these guys, and really I'm only pointing this out to point out the work I've done with the green stuff. I'm actually really fairly happy with the way this hair came out. And for those who have asked me, really there's only two tools I use. I use this guy right here. If I can get, there we go. I use this guy right here, this sculpting pick, I guess. And I can find it, and I can't. It's just my razor knife. The only other tool I use is my modeling razor knife. So that's those. I'm playing around with those. And then this guy. Got these two fellas, also for another game. This one is the Bones Alchemist. Very not happy with the way the face is coming out. The details are kind of meh. So I'm having to get really creative with the way that's going. Again, I've got the basic coat down on this. There's still a lot more shading to do on that to get this to get where I want it, but you can see where that one's going. And this one I'm just now getting started. Darned if I can remember where I found this guy. It was a witch hunter from this little tiny group in the UK. Picked this up really not long ago. Didn't like the flintlock, so I gave him a double prong crossbow with a little bit of, modification work. Yes, it could be better, but not too terrible. I've got to clean up the bolt and make it look a little better right there, but for the most part that's about done. And I've gotten started on doing the base layer of painting. There's an incredible amount of detail. I'm really looking forward to painting this guy up and get that painting done. So that's those. For those who have seen one of my other pictures that I have on the Facey Twitty space, I finished the KV2. And let me see if I can get some more light here. There we go, that'll help. This is the 156 scale KV2 from Die Waffenkammer. I'm fairly happy with the way this came out. I did not over muddy it and get it really super muddied or whatever. It's just kind of got it done, did some worn metal look, just sort of played around with it a little bit, played around with some techniques really on this guy. It is a gaming miniature, so some of the detail, it's actually fairly well detailed for its size. You know, it's a little, just a touch bigger than a 1/72. But this is a small subject to be working, doing some armoring. But anyway, that one is done. I'm calling that one finished. And then the other one I'm working on is from the group build for the Hidden Fucker. It's the MiG-37. This is a concept plane from Italeri, however you want to pronounce it. And this is where I've gotten it so far. This has been sort of just languishing in my stash for a bit, and I decided to go ahead and get cracked in on it. It's going to go gears down. I'm not putting a super lot of detail here. I've noticed a couple of seams I'm not happy with. I need to go back and redo. But I'm playing around with some streaking effects, and you can see that there with the light, it's subtle. And then once I seal this, some of the extra shine should go away. But I'm looking to, I don't want it to be blatant. So when you just look at it straight down, it's not there, but it's something that in regular light, your eyes will pick up, but you may not notice. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get some of that subtle look without being blatant, and that's kind of tricksy. It's something I haven't done before. This is all hairy brush too, which is again another technique I'm working on. Back when I was a kid, didn't have an airbrush, so I didn't have a lot of those techniques. So every time I would do armor or subjects, I had to hand brush them, and I got really good at it. That is a technique that has faded over time, and this one I am specifically trying to get back. I'm trying to work on it somewhere and bring that technique back in. Some hand painted details, these still need washed and highlighted, and there's a lot more highlighting that needs to be done for the panels. You can kind of see they're starting near the corners, but those need to be blended back down, and then just change up some of the I don't want to do like what they call color modulation on the panels, but I do want to lighten and get some of the lighting effects on the different panels, again using dry brushing and other brushing techniques. So more to come on this one. And then two other projects that are in the works. This is one, I'm pulling this guy back out, and this is going to be difficult to get into the shot, but this is my airship. This is a custom airship that I have been working on for 2 years now, and it's a steampunk kind of feel, and you can see I'm just really getting started. This thing's been bouncing around in my box for a while. There's a crap ton of work to do. I've just really got the base layout done. You can see there's a lot of sort of rough, crappy look up there. All that stuff needs to be cleaned up. I was playing around with the coloring. I need to run string and all the lines. You can see these other rails that were here, they're gone, etc. So this is something that's languishing. I have these put on with magnets so that they can be flopped around. You can see the straps there, that came off. As a matter of fact, this is how I do a lot of details. I see people buy PE for straps and pilots seatbelts in like small scale aircraft and things like that. I use cardstock, or essentially just paper. Cut it, magazine paper even. Cut it, shape it up with contact cement, and it gives the exact same look. And that's kind of what I do. I did here. Where's the other one? I'm back here. So where the collet, let's see if I can get my, here we go. Where the quote unquote engine mount is, to give a look like it's a brass mounting ring. So more to come on that. And one other thing I'm working on is a McBay. and I'm going to put up a picture right here.
This is a quick look at the McBay where I've gotten so far. I do have lights hooked up to it, and just a quick look at the base. There's more work to do.
There we go. That is a Mechbay that I am currently working on for my 1/60th scale battle max. So yeah, that is my bench. I think I have Project A.D.D, kind of a lot of things going on. But I'm actually getting stuff done, which is kind of cool. I'm getting the chance to get down here and get some painting done and get some work done. I have a group build coming up at the start of the year. That group build is, the theme is, it spits. So, there's I'm trying to come up with a model of some sort that fits into the quote-unquote spit category. I don't want to do a Spitfire. Not really my thing. It's a cool plane, but it's not really something that I want a model sitting around of. So I'm trying to think of something. I would like to do something large, something on a fairly large scale, because I haven't done. The closest thing I've done is the airship, and that's just a lot of fiddly little playing around in design and mucking about type stuff. That's not going to get done in a group build. So I'm trying to come up with an idea. So hey, if you got any suggestions, feel free. Shoot me an IM or whatever down here. At any rate, that's my workbench. That's where I am. That's what I've got done. It is the 1st of December. Wow, 1st of December, 2017. So I'm going to try and get updates a little more often. And even if it's just little bits here and there, and sort of track where these guys go and what we have going on. And if you have questions or suggestions or hints or anything, feel free to shoot me a message or follow me on the Facey Tweety space. And thanks a lot. Talk to you later.